Hello and welcome to Orbit International Youth Talkshow. Now this talk show is a youth space and forum where young people get to share their challenges, hopes, aspirations and dreams. Now today we have a young man who made history. When he was only the age of 14, he was able to qualify for the Zimbabwe Open for golf. And he's been able to maintain the position of being the top ranked golf amateur in the whole of Zimbabwe. And his name is David M. Welcome, David.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
I can see you already have your golf attire on.
Yeah.
After this, are you going for golfing?
I am, yes. I'm going to do a little bit of practice at my home club, Chapman Golf Club.
Okay, and we'll definitely be joining you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Good. Well, I'm 18 years old. I live in Harare, and my favorite thing to do, as some of you may have figured out, is to play golf.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So, growing up, did you always want to be a golfer?
Not really. When I was younger, I had a set of plastic golf clubs.
Okay.
But I never really knew what golf was. I would just walk around the garden,
Okay.
hitting the golf ball.
Okay.
I was more into cricket. I used to really enjoy cricket.
Okay.
And actually, when I was young, my dream was to play cricket.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until one day,
Yeah.
we saw an advert for golf lessons. So we just kind of thought, well, why not give it a try? So I started off and I kind of enjoyed it. Carried on playing about once a week.
Yeah.
And then the coach that was there, he kind of had a talk with myself and my parents, and,
Yeah.
and he just explained that he sees talent in myself and he wants me to come along more often.
Okay.
So then I started playing about sometimes three times a week. Really fell in love with the game.
Yeah.
And ever since, that was when I was about 11.
Yeah.
And ever since I was 12, I've been playing golf pretty much every single day.
That's amazing. Okay, so what intrigued you most about golf?
I don't really know. It was just kind of one of those things I just started playing.
Okay.
And just kind of enjoyed everything about it. You know, it's fun.
Yeah.
At the same time challenging.
Yeah.
And I guess I just really enjoyed it and just fell in love with the sport.
All right. Okay, so you were appointed as the Zimbabwe captain at the 2017 All Africa Golf Tournament. What was that like for you? And you're so young compared to the other guys that you were leading.
Yeah, that was a great experience. To be the youngest player on the team.
Yeah.
And then to be appointed captain was a great honor.
Okay.
There was definitely, I felt a little bit more pressure because I played for Zimbabwe, both the junior and amateur team, quite a number of times.
Yeah, yeah.
But I definitely felt a bit more pressure, you know. I just felt like being the captain, I had to play a captain's role, and
of course.
I just felt like I put unnecessary pressure on myself. But also, it was a great experience, and
yeah.
I'm really happy with how I handled it and also how the tournament went.
All right, that's good. Okay, so I was reading, I actually made an effort to read the Golf Digest.
Yeah.
And some guys say without golf shoes, one would look lost. Why are golf shoes so important?
Golf shoes, I guess, you know, you can kind of relate it to a soccer player without his soccer boots. You know,
Yeah.
it's part of the sport.
Okay.
I guess they especially made for the sport.
Okay.
They just extra durable.
Okay.
And they've got also spikes underneath just for better traction for when you're swinging.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about education. You're 18.
Yes.
And you have been homeschooled
Yes.
all your life.
All my life.
Did you ever think that there's some point where you're like, my parents were so unfair, I just really wanted to experience, that kind of having friends in that school environment? How has it been like for you?
Well, yeah, I've been homeschooled my whole life. So I guess when I was young, I did kind of wonder what it was like to go to school, and kind of wanted to go to school. But since I found golf at a pretty young age, and I just enjoyed the sport so much. And now that I've grown up, and it's pretty much my life. And I look back and I think to myself, if I didn't do homeschooling, then I probably wouldn't wouldn't be playing golf, wouldn't
Exactly.
be where I was right now.
Yeah,
so.
because balancing everything out would be a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you get friends?
Well, there's a couple of guys at my club. We play on the club team together. We all pretty close.
Yeah.
And then, like I mentioned earlier, I've played for the country a number of times.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've made so many friends, met so many great people. So I mean, I guess that's how I make my friends.
Okay, so I want to ask you this. I know probably a young person. You're Zimbabwean, yes. And there's another young person who's watching you right now and thinking, you know, I would really like to get into golf, but golf is probably a sport for the elite. Let me put that in quotes. Do you believe so?
Not at all, no. I believe, like a lot of people, they'll tell you that golf is a gentleman's game.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Yes.
You have to be very well mannered and well behaved on the golf course.
Yeah.
But as for golf being for the elite only, I don't believe that. I believe that if you want to play golf or try to play golf, I mean, they have clinics down at a lot of the golf clubs. I mean, so you can just come down and get information about that, and they will provide you with equipment and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then, like I said, golf being a gentleman's game, they'll also train you in the golf etiquette and just mature in the sport.
Okay. Are there a lot of young ladies in golf?
Not really. There are a few.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely say that Zimbabwe golf does need more ladies.
Right.
So if there's any ladies that might want to play golf, come along and give it a try.
I'll definitely be one of them. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So is it true that a golfer shoots better or shoots their best scores when they haven't been practicing for a long time that much?
I can answer that with yes and with no.
Okay.
Because I mean, golf requires a lot of hard work and a lot of, you have to be very disciplined.
Yeah.
A lot of, like I said, hard work, a lot of practice.
Yeah.
But there have been times where, you know, we've kind of been on holiday with my family and then come back and I've played some really good golf. But then I kind of asked myself, why did I even practice when I can do this? And then you come back the next day and it's almost like you never played. So I mean, yes and no.
All right. Well, after the short break, we'll continue with David Am as we're going to talk about the challenges he's faced as he's been playing the sport and his successes as a young person. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the show. And just before the break, we were with David Am, and we're still with David Am, who made history when he was just the age of 14 and he managed to qualify in the Zimbabwe Open, and he has had a lot of successes as a young golfer. He's now 18 and he's still growing stronger than ever before. Welcome back, David.
Thank you.
Okay, now you are the top ranked junior golfer in Zimbabwe and you've been able to maintain that position for 2 years. How have you been able to do that?
Yeah. When I first got to the top of the ranks, I was pretty excited. It was a great accomplishment for me to achieve. And then I've just, like I said, you know, earlier I mentioned discipline and hard work.
Yes.
I've just tried to, you know, practice as much as I can. Be as focused as possible. And I mean, it's just shown as I've managed to maintain my junior ranking.
Is there a lot of competition though?
There's a little bit.
Okay.
When I was growing up, there was a lot more than there is now.
Correct.
We're also struggling for numbers. You know,
Yeah.
if we could get more golfers, it would definitely be better.
Okay.
But we're doing alright.
Okay. But tell me something. What do you really think is the challenge in terms of, you keep saying we just need more golfers. Why do you think we don't have as much?
I think probably the economy, as we all know, is struggling.
Yeah.
And golf it's very much a rich man's game.
Okay.
So I think that's one of the problems, is the financial part. So I mean, hopefully like the Zimbabwe golf. I think if they could just get maybe a good sponsorship or something like that, and then they would be able to maybe sponsor a lot of the guys, because I mean a lot of the financial problems.
Okay.
I think that'll be that's probably the biggest challenge.
Okay, so being able to qualify, let's go back to 2014 when you were just 14 and you qualified for the Zimbabwe Open. That was huge. How did you do that?
Yeah, that was probably still. I think that's probably the highlight of my career.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd only been playing golf for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I just it was like I had to play the pre-qualifier to get into the Zimbabwe Open.
Yeah.
And there's about maybe 100 players or more that qualify. They play the qualifier for only 8 spots.
Wow.
So I kind of thought to myself and said to my coach that I'm going to play the pre-qualifier this year.
Okay.
Just for fun, to get some experience.
Okay.
And then I also had a guy by the name of Temis Sabanda. He was my caddy.
Okay.
He knows a lot about the sport. He knows I've also grown up playing golf with him, so he knows a lot about my swing and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I had him caddying for me, and then I guess we just worked really well as a team.
Yeah.
And I played probably the best round of golf I've ever played in my entire life on that day. And it was just incredible.
Okay. All right. So you've become internationally recognized as a young person who actually plays golf. And let's first talk about the Junior Orange Bowl in the United States. What was it like?
That was an awesome experience. Only the top ranked junior from Zimbabwe gets selected to go to that.
Yeah.
So when I was 16, I had just gotten to the top of the ranks. So I was selected to go that year.
Yeah.
Also that year there was the guy who played the previous year finished in the top 10. So he gets an invite back. So it was the two of us that went.
Yeah.
So that was quite nice, and I could
great.
kind of like follow his tail. But it was just an incredible experience.
And I mean, obviously going there, you met a lot of people. How was the exposure?
I did, yeah. Met a lot of people, met a lot of great friends.
That's awesome.
Just also stuck my name on there for some college coaches to see and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I went back there when I was 17, and also again last year when I was 18.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my last year.
That's good. So it's very important for networks, for you to grow networks. So
yes.
it makes it easier for you to be able to penetrate in different places. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. All right. So what are some of the challenges that you have personally faced as a young golfer?
Yeah. Some of the challenges I've faced is, like I mentioned earlier, putting in hard work.
Yeah.
And being disciplined.
Yeah.
And just really staying focused. I find it's very easy to just get a little bit slack in your practice. You think, I've got no tournaments for a couple of weeks, so do I really need to practice?
Yeah.
But I find that to be my biggest problem.
Okay. All right. So how long does it take for you to usually prepare for like a tournament or a game?
When I preparing for a tournament round, I would like to get to the golf course maybe at the very least an hour before my tee time.
Okay.
An hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes is good.
Yeah.
And then just do a little warm up, a little bit of putting, a little bit of chipping, a little bit of irons and driving and stuff like that.
All right.
And then I like to give myself plenty of time so that I'm not rushing.
Yeah.
And I can just stay calm before I go and play my round.
Okay. So who has been your role model?
My role model would be Rory McIlroy from Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Why?
I just like the way he plays the game.
Okay.
He just seems like a cool guy from what I've seen of him, from what I've watched of him on TV.
And you'd like to meet him at some point?
Most definitely, I would like to meet him, yeah.
That's great. Okay, so what are your future plans?
My plans for the future, well, right now I'm just finishing up school, and then I'd like to try and go to the United States, go there for college.
Okay.
And then after I finish my 4 years of college, I would like to turn pro.
Okay.
Play in the professional ranks and hopefully reach the PGA Tour.
Yeah, and I hope you will be raising Zimbabwe's flag high.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and coming back to actually train more young people that would want such opportunities. What do you want to study?
I haven't really thought about what I want to study yet,
which is fine.
I'm still getting there.
All right, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
So what is the one thing that you can say to all the young Zimbabweans watching you right now and that are inspired by you?
I would just tell them to just go for your dream.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never played golf before and you want to play golf, I mean, come along and give it a try, no matter what age, whether you be 20 or whether you be 10, whether you even be 30. I mean, just come along and just enjoy yourself, have a little bit of fun. And
well, thank you so much, David, for coming through. After the short break, we'll meet David Am's father, who'll be telling us a little bit about David's experiences growing up and how he's been also able to help David push his dream. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the show. And just before the break, we were with David Am, the young man who was able to qualify for the Zimbabwe Open at the age of 14, and he is still the youngest and most successful junior golfer. And right now we're with his father, Mr. Am, and he's going to tell us a little bit about David's experiences growing up. Welcome, Mr. Am.
Thank you.
All right. So, when did you first realize that David had a passion for golfing?
I guess it was from the time he started playing.
Okay.
I think like David explained, he was really passionate about cricket. We used to play a lot of cricket together.
Do you enjoy cricket more than golf?
Well, I can't really say.
Okay, yeah.
No, just at the time it was just a game that we played in the garden together.
Okay.
And we just noticed his ability, eyeball, coordinations and that were all there.
Okay.
And he showed a lot of promise on the cricket side. In fact, we thought this was going to be it. We kitted him out entirely, the whole bank shoot.
Okay.
And then, just after months of trying to get him involved in stuff, we couldn't really find anything for him to be involved in as far as cricket is concerned, because being homeschooled, there wasn't a lot out there for for that. And then, like you said, we came across the advert. At the time, in fact, he was playing hockey.
Okay.
And the humor there was that he would just wind the ball
so
hard and have everyone ducking and diving for cover. And the coach made a joke and said, he should be playing golf.
Okay.
So with that in the back of the mind, my wife saw the poster in the shop one day, and we took him along, and it was just like.
It was just, it just natural.
It was almost like a destiny, just met up with destiny.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so why did you decide that David be homeschooled?
Okay. Well, we didn't actually decide to homeschool David because he played golf.
Yeah.
We had already made the decision to homeschool our children.
Okay.
Starting with his older sister.
Okay.
So we were already in the process.
All right.
And it's actually worked out in our favor at the end of the day, giving David much flexibility to do his training.
Okay. So how do you help him? How do you help him maintain school and his sport that he loves at the same time?
Give David the opportunity. He'll play golf 8 hours a day. So it's ball and chain, shackles and handcuffs to the desk,
Okay.
But no, you've got to maintain a balance.
Okay.
Obviously, because come the future, he's going to need results on both sides.
Yes.
So that colleges will be attracted to him.
Exactly.
So to maintain a good grade and a good level of golf.
Yeah. Okay. So what are some of the challenges that you faced, trying to get David to get the exposure that he needs?
I think our biggest struggle was financial.
Yeah.
Because the most exposure that he does need is international.
Yes.
Outside the country.
Yes.
Because that's where it's all happening.
Okay.
But we did struggle there. But I think we've really got a lot of people to thank. A lot of people gave favour to David, just Mike Bayless Golf, Roger Bayless, his coach, came alongside him. David mentioned Temba Sabanda, also came alongside. We've had the Chapman fraternity come alongside, just assisting with finance and especially when coming up to tournaments and that. And nomads have come alongside him. Even people internationally, fundraisers have provided. So we've been very fortunate.
And they actually see potential in him.
That's the big thing. They see the potential in David. They see his commitment, his focus, his discipline, and he's found that favor. And we give thanks to God for his provision. And to all those that I've mentioned, we extend our gratitude for them being there.
Okay. Now, do you play golf?
Well, David had to get it from somewhere, didn't he? No. Funny enough, no, I didn't. I grew up, my family was squash players. So that's all we did in our time. I had a golf course on our doorstep practically, but and even though we played around the garden, just like David, it's something that just never happened. But once I got married, I moved to Maradera and started playing with some friends, and I loved the game. And I can understand how David connected with the game. Because, the same way I enjoyed it just as much. I haven't been able to play as much though.
Of course.
Unfortunately. But I still enjoy the game nonetheless.
Okay. Now going back to what David was saying, that there are not enough golfers in Zimbabwe. What do you think can be done?
We've, when David started out, there was the Michelin Junior Golf Committee who had programs for bringing in. Actually, in fact, when David went across to that, in response to the advert, it was part of a match development program. And that is the kind of thing that we need. Look, we're not going to be able to mass produce number one golfers. But if you cast the net out as far and wide as you can, you're definitely going to pick up the talented bunch that you need to push the game forward. The organisation has struggled a little bit structure-wise, and maybe lost its focus a bit. Its initial point of what they want to achieve. But I think we get that right, it can work. Again, like David said, the economy is an issue. There's plenty of people that want to help financially and that, but I just struggle with that side of things. But the future's looking bright, I think. And I just hope that we'll be able to lift it up again and take the game to as far and wide in the country we can.
Of course. We want more Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroys in Zimbabwe.
David's younger brother is 10 years old, probably arguably the best under 12 we have at the moment, and he's got a couple of his peers around the same age, showing great potential.
That's great.
It's not going to die, even though it might have taken it. It looks good.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Ab, for coming through and supporting David in his sport. Now, thank you to David, obviously, for coming through to the show, and thank you to all our viewers. Now, you can reach us on www.orbit-international.org, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. See you next time.